Hello, Arka Jyoti Deb. How are you?
I'm good. Rohit, how are you?
I'm also good. First of all, congratulations अर्का ज्योति देव. तो सिलेक्शन हो गया है तुम्हारा क्लाउड कप्तान में. तो
हाँ
give
भाई एकदम.
give brief introduction about yourself.
Well, I'm Arka Jyoti Deb. I live in Kolkata. I'm doing my BTech from Ignatia Institute of Technology, specialization in information technology. I'm going to pass out in 2022. Well, I've already joined Cloud Captain as a engineer trainee, and I started from 3rd of September.
Oh, that's was nice. So now moving towards next question. So is it on campus or off campus?
No, it was on campus as Megnacha is mostly popular with the placement features that that college gives student opportunities for cracking a lot of companies starting from TCS, CTAs, and many more startup companies and big names like ThoughtWorks and all McAfee. So it was on campus.
Okay, nice. So how many rounds were there? Give details of each round, step by step.
Well, there were 6 rounds total. The first one was aptitude and snippet. There were small Java codes, and you have to give the output or the errors. And there were aptitude also. So that was the first round. Then there was the second round, which was coding online. Then it was I guess two questions were there, two coding questions. It was quite easy, not that tough. Then there was the third round, which was the technical interview round one. Okay, so basically what they're focusing on is on your oops concept and your knowledge in Java. But as I'm from the Python background, so they asked me question on Python. And well, the interviews were very friendly, and the environment was super cool and friendly type. So don't need to panic. But yeah, if your luck favors, if your interviewer knows Python, then you will get the scope of getting questions from Python. But if that person belong from a Java background, then it will be something difficult for you. But it depends on the luck, right? Basically, we all know that interview there is a 10 to 15% luck
Yeah,
which
does
matters. That
matters.
on that day, which interviewer you're facing, how is you're getting the questions and also well, the fourth round was technical interview round two. There were two technical rounds. The first one consists of I said, oops and basic concept of the language, and the second one was you have to code by presenting your screen. Okay, so there were also they gave me 3 codes, and I cracked 2 of them and couldn't crack the last one. So there were 3 codes, so I was in a confusion state that whether I will get the call or not because I couldn't crack 3 of the codes. But yeah, I got the call. Basically, they asked me to code, given a problem, they asked me to code by sharing my screen, and then they asked me to explain the code, that what I have used, why I have used, and all. So that I've done. And then there comes the fifth round, which is the HR round. So in the HR round, they were just clearing my thoughts that whether I'm sure about joining their company or not. Because at the end, when a company is here to recruit people, they're not here to reject you. They're basically here to check whether you really want to continue with that job and that company, or you have something in your mind, a doubt or something, or you want to go for something else. Because there are many students who just give interviews to get experience and all. They don't realize this, that the company is putting their time, the effort, everything for selecting a candidate, which they expect to give them a return of at least 1 year or 2 years of their work, right? So that's why they're checking it very thoroughly, whether the people are really ambitious and really want that job and want to continue that job for at least 1 to 2 year, or maybe at least 1 year. So that's what they're taking off, right? So they asked me simple HR questions and about the company, what do I know, and they have said me clearly about the work pressure and the work environment and everything. Then yeah, at the end they gave me a review, and after that I waited for the next call, and that was the CO round. In the CO round, it was our CEO sir and the founder of Cloud Captain, Manoj sir. So Manoj sir, we had a 15 minute of session where he asked me different things like what do my parent father do, why I'm not interested in that profession, where do I am come from, and everything. What if I get an opportunity in other company like CTS, TCS? What will I do? Will I switch or will I stay? And everything. Then it was a very frank session, and I have been very honest. I really wanted to be a part of this Cloud Captain because I've seen many things which are in favor of my requirements for a company. So at the end, he asked me one question that I want to share with you and everyone who is going to watch this. So he asked me, "What is work-life balance?" So I replied, according to me, that work-life balance is working for the company, as the company is a security for me and my family, and they are taking care of us. So it's our duty and responsibility to take care of the company. So after doing that, I'm also able, if I am also able to give time to my family at least once in a week in the Sunday evening, so that is what work life balance is. Then he was quite convinced, and then he just added a little thing, that is for the initial 5 years when we are graduating from our college, for the first 5 years or 4 years, it's not work life balance, it's basically learn life balance. You don't work
Nice,
actually,
nice.
you yeah, 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 it's that you learn things, you grow, and the more you learn in these initial days, the better it will be in the future, right? So it's learn life balance. You have to learn, you have to work, definitely you have to work, but you have to learn at the same time. You're coming from a college background and now you're part of the industry, so you have to be very much of that level to reach. Because in a startup company, what happens is you get a lot of opportunity to grow. You
Yeah.
have to, you can meet new clients, and there are many pros of startup companies. So yeah, he said me about this learn life balance. That was a quite good thing I've learned from him in a 15-minute session. That's all. There are 6 rounds. Rounds were easy. You have to be just confident, and you have to be a clear sounding knowledge of oops. Oops is very important, because what the work is done in this Cloud Captain is they basically deal with things which are very much related to oops concept and all. Okay, so you have to be very thorough and clear about oops. If you know if you are from Java background, that will be helpful. But if you're not from Java background, if you're from C++ or Python background, then also if you're clear about the concept, about the language properly from A to Z, then there should not be any problem for cracking the company. Because what they check is the knowledge you have for a particular language, and it's very easy to learn a new language. It's all about
Yes.
a syntax, and it takes only 1 week to learn. Like for me, I have to code in Apex, so I'm learning Apex, and it's very easy because I have
Yeah.
clear concept in Python. So that's why language is not a barrier. I've said this to many of my juniors, that language is never a barrier. Okay, just select one language and be a master of that. You don't have to be a jack of all trades, be a master of one. So that's all
Oh,
from
nice.
this interview process.
Basically, you have learning mentality. Nah.
Yep, yep,
So after all 6 round, finally Arka Jyoti Deb got selected in Cloud Kaptan.
yeah.
Hmm. So moving towards next question. So what are
Hmm.
the resources you used for the preparation for placement? Is it paid or free?
No, it's not paid, because I believe there are so many plenty of opportunities present in today's world, in today's generation. There are YouTube, there is Coursera, there is so many platforms starting from everything, and we have also college faculty members, those who are very helpful. We have
Yes.
seniors. I just believe one thing. When I was in the starting of my third year, I was confused about what to do with this placement thing and all. So what I did was I called one of my senior, immediate senior, and I asked her, Didi, what to do, how you have done this, how should I do it? Because she was the person who got the experience, who cracked the interview. So it was very helpful to get a knowledge from a person who has already walked through a path which is unknown for you,
Yeah,
because
she
that
was.
experience can
Yeah.
help. Yeah, she was Mariadi from IT, now 2021 batch. So she guided me with all that DBMS and the basic things which is required. So that was very helpful to me. So what I did my DBMS from Knowledge Gate by Sanchit Jain sir. It was for Gate aspirant student, but it was so clean and clear that yeah, it's quite good for cracking interview and for giving semester exam. So
Yes.
my DBM is quite cleared because of sir. I mean, and it's for free. It's
Okay.
Knowledge Gate by Sanchit Jain sir. And then I've done my Python and OOPS from Telesco,
Yeah.
Navin Reddy. sir, yeah, Navin Reddy sir basically teach Java, but he also have done this Python basics of Python and OOPS. So I've done this from that place, and also I've done data structure in Python a little bit from code basics. Okay, so he's also it's a good YouTube channel. So from there I've done it, and what I used to believe. That it's not about learning, watching videos, and reading from the GFG. GFG is also a major role playing for clearing
Yeah,
your concepts and understandings clearly. So GFG is very must. But what I believe is ki it's not about only reading and watching videos. It's about how you take it and how you give that output. What I used to do is for DSA, I used to select one topic like array.
okay,
So after watching videos on array from YouTube, I used to go and study from GFG, clearing my concepts more better. Then what I used to do, I used to go to HackerRank or CodeShip or HackerEarth, and there I used to solve codes from related to array problems based on array. Also, I've solved questions from GFG also. So that is where you give that implementation of the knowledge that you got. So
yeah.
that helps you a lot to learn. It's a easy way of learning. When you implement the knowledge, it's a very easy way of learning. So that I have done. Well, this is the best way to learn. When you can, it also helps you in increasing your coding ability, the ability to frame a code, to solve a problem, to analyze a problem and then do it. So it's a better way of doing it,
Problem
according
solving
to
a
me.
skill. Ah, problem
Yeah,
solving is
problem solving skill from good platforms like HackerRank, HackerEarth, CodeChef.
okay. Nice. Moving towards to next question. Is resume CGPA 10th and 12th grade matter or not for on-campus placement?
Well, coming to resume matters because there are people who add things just to impress the interviewer,
Yes,
but
yes.
they don't understand one thing, that resume sometimes become the syllabus for them in the interview. Right? Whatever you write in the resume, that's your syllabus, that's your boundary. The interview can ask from that boundary only. So don't write something which you're not confident enough. You may know DSA, you may know algorithm, you may know DBMS, but if you're not confident enough, don't write it. If the person asks and you can answer it, then it's a plus point for you. But if you write that thing in your resume and you couldn't answer that question, that is a negative impact by created by you for the interviewer, right? So that's come for the resume. For the CGPA, yeah, college CGPA, I don't now it's everyone getting 9.8 and 9 because of this lockdown and online. But yeah, college CGPA does matters when it's offline, not when it's online. And 10-12 marks, yeah, 10-12 marks matter for shortlisting of for a company. Like I couldn't my 10-12 marks were not that good, so I couldn't get shortlisted in many of the companies, starting from ThoughtWorks, Cerner. There are many few, but yeah, I never felt bad for that, because that is something which was in my past, right? So if I start being depressed because of I couldn't being shortlisted in a company, then that will affect my and hamper my studying for placement. So I always kept one thing in mind, that yeah, I'm not eligible for a company, and that isn't in my hand. But if I get selected for an aptitude round or for a technical round, that is in my hand. There
Yeah.
I have to play my role to crack that company. So that was in my head, but that's all. So yeah, uh, I will say that yeah, 10-12 marks really doesn't matter, because whenever you start your career, and when you become a part of the industry, maybe you don't get a good opportunity and a good start, but yeah, after with your hard work, dedication, and after 5 years of experience, you can switch to any of the companies, starting from Amazon, Google, Oracle, anything that you want. You just have to put the efforts for the 5 years in the industry, learning new things, and creating a good habit of being a part of this IT sector. That's all. So yeah, 10-12 marks doesn't matter. It just matter for the shortlist of the company, few companies. That's all.
Only matter in college placements. Once you're
Yeah,
out
yeah,
from
yeah.
the college, it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure about off campus whether they are strict about the CGP or the cutoffs. But
Okay,
yeah, for
okay.
on campus it matters a little. For the shortlist one.
Basically, right mindset and learning mentality.
Yep, yep.
Okay. So nice. So lots of people aren't aware about projects and CS fundamentals. So
Okay.
so how any person prepare for projects and CPS fundamentals like DBMS, OOPS, computer networking operating system, SQL queries. So, how to prepare for that? Because many people are preparing coding like DSA, they prepare for aptitude, but for project they're totally confused. So, how to prepare for that?
Well, there are some parameters and some sections that we should keep in mind. Like I belong from a three-tier college, which is a private college from Kolkata. So yeah, the people who are coming to take interview of mine, they are not expecting me to know machine learning, know IoT, AI, and all. What they want is whether I have done the basics of mine, whether I have done the things which are were there in my curriculum as a student. They just come to check that only basic C, whether do you know DSA, basics of DSA. This one thing people do mistake, that they start learning trees, graph, hash map, everything, but they don't even clear concepts on their base level, which is array, string, stack, queue, linked list, right? So this I always suggest this, that start doing this basic thing. Don't start even array, also start with time complexity. Why
Yeah,
time complexity matters? Start from scratch, start from the basic. Then only when you will create your fundamental strong, then only it will be very easy for you to crack. And there's also a ratio of companies. The average companies come in our college offers a package of 5 lakh, 4.5, 5 lakh, and good than better than average is 6. So that this average is 5. Okay, so the people who are offering 5, they don't expect you to know huge things and huge objects in this industry. What they expect is the basic thing. So clear your basics. Do work hard on your basics, build your basics strong as possible. Then cracking an interview will be very easy. And yeah, these companies which are offering for about average of 5 lakhs, these are 90% of the companies are like this. And there are 10% like McAfee, Amazon, and ThoughtWorks, those who are offering 8 lakh, 10 lakh. Okay, and they expect tree, graph, and all. Okay, so if you're a aspirant for that level of package, 10 lakh, 12 lakh, then also you must know the basics. So start with the basics, complete the basics. If you have good enough ample of time, then go for the advanced, which is tree, graph, and algorithm, greedy approach, dynamic approach, everything. Then you go for that. Don't only aim for the higher and go for the higher. Aim for the basic, achieve the basic, then the mediator, then achieve the mediator, then the high, then achieve the high. Set your goals in small chunks of achievable goals, and then achieve one and complete one, and then move for the next one. And project is, yeah, project is important, but don't think I have to create something which is like face detection, mass detection, and all a huge project. No, not nothing like that. If you can even implement your oops concept or if else concept and switch concept and create a small calculator even, or a small game using Python or anything, that is also a huge thing. They are not here to see you what you're doing and how big you are doing. They will just want to know ki, yeah, you have learned something and you've implemented something. So yeah, having a project in your CV is very plus point, very plus point, right?
okay, nice. So, as you have given so many tests, you also face lots of rejections, or you are not able to sit in a company. So, you might get depressed. So, how you handle all these things and how you overcome from this?
Well, as I said, I was able to give two aptitude tests, one for Virtusa, but they demand the code also in Java, but I couldn't do it because I'm not comfortable with Java. So I just give the only aptitude exam. Then I sat for EY, and in the EY also they were like sectional cutoffs, and maybe I got missed by any of the cutoff, so I couldn't qualify for the next interview round. Then I gave Cloud Captain. Okay, so in the Cloud Captain, as you know that I've cleared. So what I believe this is, whether you are being shortlisted for a company or not is not in your hand. So don't uh, get depressed of, oh God, I have so poor marks. What did I did in my class 10 and 12? I am not able to get I'm not being able to shortlist in a company. I'm not able to sit. Don't think of that. There are plenty of opportunities. There are plenty of companies those who are here to hire people, those who are efficient and can do the job for them. So don't take serious about this problem, and try to focus on your learning, because this is a time where you have to learn, not waste your time for the thing that or what you have done for the past. And the next thing that you said is rejection. Well, what was my mentality is, whenever the company comes, I just used to take a as a brief, not brief one, just a over view of what is the company, what's its requirement, and where is the location, and the CTC, and job location, CTC, and that's all. Just a small summary of view that what is this company is all about, just a little bit, just a little. And my first aim was to clear the first round. After clearing the first round, I used to think for the second round.
Yeah,
After
nice.
clearing the second round, I used to think for the third round. This was my mentality. And when you have came across all the rounds, and your next round is the HR round, and you have got the call that yeah, you are selected for the HR round, on that moment I used to I used to study about the company in Glassdoor, in other formats, and I used to talk with the seniors, those who are already placed in that company, those who can give me an overall brief of that company. And there is my time to understand, to judge whether I do want to join this or not. Because I believe that it's not fair enough that if you don't want to join a company, but still you go there and you talk to the HR and you tell that yeah, I will join, and
Yeah,
everything you commit, give false commit, and then you back off. It's very bad, and it's very bad for your career also. You don't even come across with your commitment, so it's not fair enough, right? So I don't feel that is a good way of doing it. So if you don't want to, you just give a call that yeah, I'm not going to give the HR, I don't want to sit for this. That's okay. But if you want to, and if you really want to join this company, then give it your best. Okay, and think about all the 100 pros of that company. Think all the pros of that company. This company is giving me this, that, no cons, only the pros. But don't take it very seriously. I have to crack it. If I don't crack this one, I won't get anything else. Don't make that company your dream slot.
yeah,
Just
basically, don't make a dreams.
just yeah, just keep all the pros in your head, and just be confident, relax, and give it. If it happens, you cracked it. If it doesn't go well, something better is waiting for you. Always remember, when you get the rejection, remember this: something better is waiting for you. Okay. So, and when you get rejected from a company, there are a few friends of mine who got even rejected in the HR round, which was the last round. After clearing 5 rounds and getting rejected in the HR round, it's very depressing. So I suggested them this, that before giving a interview in the HR, you think all the 100 pros of that company. After being rejected, think all the 100 cons of that company.
Yeah, that's nice way.
That will help you to get motivated and move on and prepare yourself for the next one.
That is
And
ideal way.
and I don't think this term is very I don't like this term, that rejection. I think you can crack a company, or you can gain an experience. So nothing is so called is rejection. There is nothing called rejection. There is either you crack it, you got the job, or you get the
So
experience
nothing
for
go in vain, nah.
lovely, nothing go in vain.
Okay. So now moving towards next question. So as you see, many students got rejected in HR round. So lots of student takes HR round very easily. Now I'm going selected in this company. So how to prepare for HR rounds? Like in EY also 90 students got rejected in HR round. And in many companies, I see like lots of students not prepare even for HR round and they got rejected in HR round. So how to prepare for HR round and how to take HR round? It is very easy or we have to take it seriously.
No, you have to take the whole process seriously. Nothing is easy in this world, right? So if you're taking something very easy, means maybe you're overconfident, or maybe you're just very casual in this. But you have to take everything very seriously. And for HR round, what I suggest is uh, study everything as much as possible for the company. The company works on which platform, which they're working on, which technology, developing on which areas, and what language they're using, where is their location, and maybe a little bit hands on with the about the employees of the company. And LinkedIn is the best place to find all these informations, right? So talk with the employees and have a small survey about the company, the because when you no one is going to write bad things, or there are fake people who can write bad reviews, but an employee of a company will never give you misguide you. They will give you the correct view and the correct scenario of the company, what is going inside the company, right? So I always prefer this. If you're going for any company, just talk to the employees. If your seniors are present or college seniors in that company, talk to them. If you don't know anyone, just search in LinkedIn and talk to them. Try to get the view of the company. That will help you to decide whether you want to join, whether that company suits you or you suits the company, right? Because it's a two way of connection, right?
Yeah.
The company also need an employee which suits the company, and the person also needs a company who suits his requirements, lifestyle, everything, right? So that is what I suggest. And yeah, take it seriously, know, learn something about the company, and go confident. And if you really want that job, just show that yeah, I want this job, and I'm capable of doing the work that is required. I have this much. Because once I've one Shoibal sir said in a post that there are two people who can crack the job, one with the knowledge and the one with the confident. So if you have either of the one, the confident or the knowledge, you can crack the job easily. Okay, so you have to show them that yeah, you really want to get this job, and you won't let the company down.
So, as you are working in a startup, our juniors know that a startup is a fancy word. Like many wants to work in a startup. So, what are your takeaways from company? Now you are working professional. You know how to work in a startup. What is work culture? So, describe some experience about a startup. What are the work culture, work pressure?
Well, startup is a company. I mean, it's a platform where you can learn. Your learning curve is very high, very high. Your learning curve is very high, and they don't spend time on your trainings, and then they can bench you, and then they will give you project after 1 year. This it's not how it works in startup. Okay, they have choose you, means they felt like yeah, you're eligible for this job. They will give you the all the responsibilities on your shoulder, and you have to perform. You cannot hide yourself behind the pillars, which is possible in many companies. I'm not making that bad thing, yeah, but yeah, we all know there are few companies where you can have a relaxation. You can have something like okay, let me do it as little this, and then yeah, it's okay. So you cannot do it in startup, because you have to report everything, that what you have done today, what your plans for tomorrow, and you have to show them that yeah, you're doing it. So you cannot hide behind the pillars. You have to work hard. You have to learn new things in a very short span of time. So that's why the learning curve is very high. Work pressure is very high. But yeah, as I said, that work pressure is high in the initial state is a good thing for people who are joining as a fresher in the industry, because they learn things very quickly, and a lot of things they learn. So it gives you a good experience. It also helps you to switch when you're after 3 years or 4 years, when you decide to switch. So there also plays an important role, that if a person who is going to see your resume, and he sees that you have been working in a startup company for 4 years, they know that yeah, this person is from a hardworking background. He knows how to work, he knows how to do things, right? So that is something very helpful for you. So I always recommend people that always try to go for a startup company, where you will have a work pressure, and the learning curve will be very high for you. Okay, so and yeah, in startup companies there are some pros. There are also some very good pros, that are the work environment in most of the startup companies are very friendly, because it's not coming from a very big farm where there are 30,000 employees working under the roof. It's a very small place where hardly 30, 40, 100 or 150 people are together working the doing the job. So the team building, the team bonding, they are very strong, right? Because you know each and everyone by their name, by their location. You can tell 2 to 3 lines of each of the employees, what they're doing, what are their domains, what are their job responsibilities, because it's a very small family type thing, right? You get the family type environment. And so yeah, that's why. And you also get the scope of growing yourself very high, because also you can do this in a MNC, also in a other established companies also. If you work hard, they will notice you, but that noticing chance in a normal MNC or any other platform compared to a startup is, startups are very high, because if you perform well, if you do well, then your opportunities increase very much than other forms of companies.
Basically, in sort of span of time, you learn lot of gain lot of experience.
Yep, yep.
So, last question: small message to juniors
Hmm.
or colleagues who are preparing for placements.
Be confident. Don't take it very seriously. Like if I couldn't get it, what will happen? Or yeah, and always think after every rejection, think this, that something better is waiting for you. And for the juniors, it's high time. No one is going to see what you have done in your 10, what you have done in your 12, what you have done in your first 2 years of college life. But yeah, what you will do right now, if you're in third year, like starting of the third year, you should focus on your aptitude a little bit. And then you should focus on the three basic concepts for the people who are really interested to work on IT sector. That is one language, any of the one language which supports OOPS concept, like Java, C++, or Python. And DSA, data structure and algorithm. And that too also in data structure, you do array, string, these two first, then stack and queue, then linked list. And before doing all this, you just learn what is time complexity, why is it matter so much. Okay, and then you jump into OOPS concept, the four pillars: abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and everything. So these four pillars are very important. Then studying this concepts in details, because they're not going to ask you directly what is encapsulation. They're going to ask you what is a real time example of encapsulation, why multiple inheritance is limitations of multiple inheritance and in Java, why it's not supported, like this type of question. It have to be very conceptual based. If you're not clear with the concepts, you won't be able to handle those. Okay. And the last one is DBMS is very important. If you do it with SQL, practicing SQL is also very important. Studying DBMS and practicing SQL, both are simultaneously very important. After doing all this, if you still have time in your hand, uh, then I will suggest you can go for software engineering, then computer networking, and these two things. If you
Projects.
have yeah, project is mandatory. Projects, doing one project, even it's a basic project of creating a calculator using switch case, that is also very good, as you can show that yeah, I'm not sitting ideal, I've done something with the knowledge I have.
Yeah.
So project is must. And doing this,
Okay.
and be confident enough, but that's all.
It was nice talking to you, Arka Jyoti Deb.
Same
Thank
here,
you very
Rohit.
much for being here and showing your insights with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so. Welcome, Rohit. And I also my best wishes for Code. It's a platform. It gives a lot of lessons to the people who are unaware of the industry, and the people working in it. They don't know where to start from, what how to do it, and you also guide them so well. I see most of your videos. So I really appreciate your effort and your dedication. For you are also been placed. Congratulations for your placement,
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
you're continuing this thing. You just want to aware the people, and you also run a NGO. So all the very best, buddy. We are all so proud of you. We are very happy to help you. This little, there's nothing much we can do for you, but yeah, all the very best, and wish you best of luck for your future.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.